Here in New Orleans with John Wall, Washington Wizards, All-Star. You made it.
Yeah.
You got a max extension. Teams winning. Teams playing well. Have a chance. You're in the mix for the 3 seed.
Yeah, we just got we didn't finish before All-Star break. We didn't do pretty well in winning games, but still got to grab a team. Have 30 more games left after the break, and just try to go on a run and get ourselves back in the winning bracket.
One of the things I like about you is you're super competitive. I like my NBA players to be really, really super competitive. I could tell every game you get into it. Are you like that off the court? Are you one of those guys who's competing against everybody all the time?
Yeah, everything I do. If I play like one-on-one with my nieces and nephew that's 8 and 10 years old, I try to let them score a little bit, but after a while I get competitive and want to win. So it's just a competitive nature I was brought up with. I've been around my mom, and anything I do, I always want to win. I hate losing, so I think that's a great thing to have.
Yeah. It's a good start, that's for sure. What are like the dumbest thing that you're great at and super competitive? Like for Rondo's the greatest Connect 4 player of all time, apparently.
I don't know, man.
Ping pong, any of that stuff?
Yeah, everything. Ping pong, pool,
you do all of it.
Racing, if I'm racing anybody, I want to win.
Right.
Tennis, I try to play that from time to time. Not
Tennis?
good at it. Yeah, I'm terrible at it, but I like to win if I'm playing it.
I've always wondered what would happen if a basketball player tried to cross over into tennis, because you would think, hit the like imagine LeBron at the net.
Yeah.
Would just be like ridiculous. I don't even know how you'd hit the ball by him.
Yeah, just like in ping pong, you can spike it, but if you don't got the technique down pat, it might not work. You might not get the ball over the net. So that'd be the toughest part, I think.
Were you always basketball, or did you play other sports?
Growing up, I played every sport.
Yeah.
But I was only like 5'8", 5'7" until like going into my junior year of high school. So
really?
Yeah, my mom made me stop playing football. So she didn't want me to get hit because I was too small.
Oh, so you were playing like as a freshman and sophomore?
Nah, see, when the high school I went to, they was pretty good. So
yeah.
In my freshman and sophomore year, you couldn't miss summer workouts, and that's when I played AAU. So that's when I basically gave up football. Plus, my mom didn't want me to get hit no more.
Probably a right move, especially all the concussion stuff we've learned about.
Yeah.
When did it become clear that you were going high Div 1?
When I got the opportunity to go to the Reebok Breakout Challenge in Chicago, they pick 5 players from there, and then it used to be a ABCD camp, but they made it Reebok U the first year they had it in Philadelphia, and I got the likes to play against Brandon Jennings and Isaiah Thomas and Ronaldo Sidney, and I came out as the best player in that camp at the time. And I was a under the radar person, and that's when I knew the light had switched for me.
And that's when John Calipari became your buddy? It's
yeah.
like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's when all the schools that I had watched on TV had the opportunity to say I want to go play for those schools. They started recruiting me.
Did you have a school you would dream to play for, or did you just Calipari win you over?
Well, yeah, I mean, being from North Carolina, everybody, I like Carolina. You know, I mean, that was my dream school. Everybody liked it. It was between there and NC State or Duke. I liked the Carolina. And once I turned on TV and seen Derrick Rose playing for Coach Calipari one time, I was like, it doesn't really matter what other schools recruit me. That's where I'm going. But I want to take a fair chance and give every team an opportunity to recruit me.
So Derrick Rose, you must have a good relationship, I'm guessing.
No, we're pretty cool. I mean, we're competitive people on the court, but off the court, I mean, everybody said we got similarities together, but it's just how free he let those guys play that year. And I was like, that's definitely how I want to play and have the opportunity to excel and play my best basketball.
Right. I was talking to Anthony Davis, who came on before you. He said there was a very friendly rivalry between his crew and your crew, and he said Darius was in the middle. But he said if there was ever any sort of like a real brawl like Darius, he thought Darius would be on his side, on 2012 side. He would switch and go against you guys.
Yeah, I think Darius would. That's where he won the championship at. So, yeah, you got to go with the team you won it with. But, yeah, we always going to have that discussion.
All right, so can't we just have this game?
Well, it's kind of different now because we're not the same players we was in college. Like, I improved my shooting. I improved how to pace of the game. Everybody's improved something, so it's kind of not the same unless we can flash back to our years at college and play the game that way.
See, that was way too logical. I would still want to see the game, though.
Yeah, we tried to set it up, I think, last year or the lockout year.
You tried to set it up?
Yeah.
Well, so that means this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Sadly, you guys should do this. Where would you play it?
At Rupp. You got to play it at Rupp. That's the best arena to play in college basketball, so I think that would be the great place to have that game.
I'm almost positive you'd sell out the arena. It's a gut feeling.
I think we have to get a bigger venue. That's how many people want to see that game.
Who's favored in that game?
We favorite. they won a championship, but we're still favored.
Who talks the most smack? Boogie?
Yeah, DeMarcus, yeah, he talked the most smack, yeah. That's how he is.
We are big fans of Mr. Cousins at Grantland, and it was nice to see his career kind of make a turn. I mean, obviously, you only played with him.
I knew him since I was 14, though.
Ah.
We met when we was 14 in AAU, but I just knew he was a competitive person, and basically a lot of people wrote him off just because how big he was and how aggressive he played, and that's just how he is. But I think a lot of people realize when you just show your love and support for him and be honest with him from day one, he can show you that he's supportive. And when he has that support cast behind him, everybody can see what he can do as a basketball player. It was just about changing his attitude, and I think he's taking the right steps that everybody wanted to see.
Well, what's interesting is the Kentucky fans loved him.
Yeah.
Like they were like, when he started having problems in Sacramento, he started taking crap on the internet, and he's a jerk. He shows up the refs. Like the Kentucky fans had his back like the entire time, which I always thought was interesting because in Kentucky he did great. So it makes me think that he should just, if he's on a good team, he's fine.
Not even really just a good team. I think if he just, it's like his first impression with him. I mean, when you first meet somebody, that's how he basically is. If you feel like you don't lie to him and show him the love and respect and be honest with him from day one, you have a good time.
Right.
But once he feel like you written him off or you don't like him, he don't care.
So certain types of coaches, I would say, are going to get something good out of him.
I think Coach Calipari did a great job with him. At
Yeah.
first, it was kind of tough. You know, we was going through our workouts and stuff, but then they love each other. And then they're like the best of friends.
Right. What's your favorite DeMarcus Cousins story? Do you have one?
I got a couple of them.
Oh, you have a couple?
What? Since
we have a lot of time.
Yeah, since he was 14. But I think the funniest one, when he was my roommate on the road and stuff, so before we went to go play Mississippi State, so somehow they got his phone number. So,
Mississippi State did?
Yeah, so they kept calling him, and I'm talking about 200, 500, between 200 and 500 calls a night. We'd be sleeping, you hear his phone ringing, and he answered, arguing with people. So then we played him, and he dunked it. And he was on ESPN, and he put his phone to his hands to his ear like this time I call him. And then we ended up winning the game, so I think that was a pretty funny moment.
That's
for me.
excellent. What was he like at age 14, just out of curiosity?
Tall, skinny kid,
Yeah.
wore a headband. I'm talking about he was skinny, probably 6'9", 6'10", like 145 pounds soaking wet.
Do you know how he got the nickname Boogie?
Yeah, because he's a big man that got a lot of bug, like he got a lot of moves. You never seen too many big men that can Euro step and handle the ball and spin. So Coach Strick and them guys called him that at Kentucky. They started calling him Boogie.
You play with a couple of funny big guys, Nene, Gortat. Both of those guys are characters. It's fair to say those guys are characters, right?
Yes.
Who is more of a character?
Nene, hands down. He feel like throughout the game it's so funny because he always got something he want to argue or some point he want to get across. So I mean, me and the teammates are always laughing at him. So I think it's a fun thing. But they both.
Is he arguing in English or Portuguese?
Both at times. Sometimes we understand. Sometimes it's kind of hard. But you know, I mean, he's a great teammate and he's a great veteran to have on the team.
One thing I like about you guys, and I think is going to make you a really interesting playoff team, is you guys are feisty. Like, it's like a tough team. Like, if there's ever something happen on the court with the other team, you got multiple guys like walking over with out like ready to go.
I think that's just something we built as a chemistry. You know what I mean, hanging out with each other and having team dinners and doing those things that good teams do on the road. And when you have the opportunity, we all trust each other. We all have each other back. And like you said, if anybody goes to war, we all going to war together. And that's what you got to have as a team. And I think we're finally trying to get over that hump of sticking together and playing as one unit all the time.
It's fair to say, like, you go into Miami in a playoff series, you guys would not be intimidated.
No, I don't think so.
And you might do some talking and maybe do some pushing around a little bit.
Yeah, I think even though, I mean, we had a couple people on our team that have been in the playoffs and a guy that has won a championship, but I think, I mean, that's our ultimate goal as a team is being in the playoffs. And if we don't, we didn't succeed our season. We think it'd be a downfall. And, I mean, we all trust each other. We all know how we can play as a team. And we all know we got to play as one unit, play defense first and move the ball offensively. And we're a tough team that can beat anybody.
What happened to you last year, like from March on, when all of a sudden you turned into a franchise point guard? And it was almost like all of a sudden you became must-see TV night after night. Was there some sort of moment that was the trigger?
I think just all the, you know, I mean, my first year I had a foot injury. Then my second year was a lockout. And then going into last year was my third year. I did a lot of work in that whole summer to prepare myself for that season. And I thought it would be my breakout season. Then I was diagnosed with a knee injury. So, you know what I mean, just trying to stay mentally strong and prepared through the whole time of not knowing if I'd play that season and keep getting different doctor notes every time I went back. So when I came back, I was just trying to get my legs underneath me and play the best basketball I could. And at the time, I just found a switch where I got hot and everything started to turn around for me.
Because you're a great example of the NBA lottery and how it's just bad for young players. Sometimes you come in, you're on a bad team that has a lot of stuff going on off the court, some weird personalities. It takes a while to get. I mean, what did you think when you walked into that situation? It was right after the Gilbert Arenas thing. You have a whole bunch of things there, Amnesty, Andre Blatch. Like, that was kind of a crazy situation.
Yeah, you know, I knew what situation I was getting into. You know what I mean, getting drafted that high. But it's a lot of stuff that goes on, you know what I mean? It's something you got to try to keep yourself away from. You know what I mean? Try to stay as humble and do the things how you was brought and taught up. And, you know what I mean? I didn't let none of that affect me. You know what I mean? Losing, I didn't get used to that. I always wanted to win. Like I said, I'm a competitive person. So I knew the organization and my coaching staff and front office people do a great job of trying to build a team around me as much as possible. And you give them guys a lot of credit of taking time and making the right moves. And now you see what they have done in the past, and now we're moving in the right direction.
You and Bradley Beal, who every time it looks like he's about to break out, he has some dumb injury or setback or something, but when you guys are going, it seems like something good's happening there, it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, it was tough last year because when he came in, I wanted to be the guy, be his bigger brother, try to lead him, but I couldn't play the beginning of the season. And the best thing I think happened to him was he started to find his stride before I came back last year.
Right.
And it kind of helped him excel his game. And this summer he did a lot of work. He's doing better at running pick and rolls and seeing the defense and making plays. And he's only 20 years old. He's a young player. And I think he's developing in the right way. And I think when we're on the court together, we're a tough duo. You know what I mean? A lot of teams got to watch out for us.
Yeah, both of you guys can beat guys off the dribble. You guys can run. You have shooters. You have two big guys. Like, you're not going to get overpowered down low. Like, all the pieces are in place. I would say I wouldn't be shocked, like, if you got, now once you get everybody back and healthy and kind of you start playing together, plus you're in the East, which is, you know, half of the conference is terrible. Like, you guys could really go on a little run here, it feels like. Are you feeling that?
Oh, I think we're due for one. I mean, I think we won 3 or 4 games this season at a stretch time.
Yeah.
But I think we got a chance to get on a big road. But like I said, we know we only can play as one way, and that's play hard and play the same way for 48 minutes of moving the ball offensively and playing defense.
If you had your druthers, would you rather be the Wizards or the Bullets? Do you like the Wizards?
I love the Wizards, but I like the Bullets name. I just like the way their jerseys was. And I like the name, but
You're preaching the choir, John Wall. And their fans all love it too. Those uniforms were the best.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans love them, but you know what I mean? I'm a Washington Wizard and I love it.
What's your feel for the Washington fans? Because that is one of the most tortured fan bases. I mean, what do they have? 1 playoff series win in 30 years, and they won the title in '78, and really from the '80s on, it's just been one bad break after another. But they love basketball in Washington.
Oh yeah, they love it. Every time they see me before we started this season, my first 3 years, they was like, "Come on, when y'all gonna start winning? We need to get to the playoffs. You need to take us to the promised land." And those fans are dedicated. They're committed.
Yeah.
They come out to support. At times it got bad when there was booing, we wasn't playing good and losing by 40 and 30 points. But they always stuck with us, and that's why I said this season was basically for those guys. I think they deserve a lot more. I mean, they deserve winning. They deserve us taking care of home court advantage and getting this team to the playoffs.
Did you kind of threw out the Kevin Durant Washington thing, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I enjoyed that.
I do too.
I like the recruiting.
I think everybody does. I think have a.
Were you worried you'd get in trouble for saying that?
No, I don't think so. I don't see why.
The commissioner calls you. Don't do that again. So, because obviously he's from Washington.
Yeah.
Would make a lot of sense for a lot of different reasons. Do you think players recruit each other?
Yeah.
How much of that's true and how much of that is exaggerated?
I think it all started basically, you know, I mean, when guys get opportunity to be around each other for All-Star break, definitely talk to guys, and then especially the USA thing. You know, I mean, you're around guys for a lot of time, and you get a time just to mingle, sit back and talk about life and how things are going and what direction you want to build a team and try to go win a championship. And I think that's how the Miami Heat got together, and I think that's how a lot of guys get together.
You like that or you don't like it?
I think it's cool. I'm not big on recruiting, but you know what I mean? I think there's nothing wrong with throwing a pitch here and there because, you know what I mean, some guys want to know if you want to play for them or would you like playing with those guys. And I think everybody understands and see how their friendship is off the court and see how it can work on the court.
But let's be honest. Deep down, you were kind of hoping Boogie would come to Washington.
Yeah, that was
You lobbied for that a couple times, but then now he turned it around. They signed him a big contract.
Yeah, we talked about that all the time. You know what I mean,
At some point, it could happen.
Yeah, we never know. He enjoys playing with me. I enjoy playing with him. You know what I mean? That's one reason why I went to Kentucky because wherever he was going, that's where I wanted to go. He wanted to play with me, so yeah, we talked about that since we met at 14 years old.
Oh, so that's almost like a little LeBron Wade type of thing.
Yeah, but that's college.
So you have to go, but the one thing we've established is that there's going to be a 2010 versus 2012 game.
Yeah, we got to have that.
It's going to happen. The Kentucky fans need to get this going, get excited about it. And I forget, who was the 2012 point guard?
Marquise Teague.
Oh, that's an advantage for you, I feel like. Because you're starting on an NBA team and he's a backup. And Boogie against Anthony Davis, I feel like he'll be extremely motivated.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because Anthony Davis made the All-Star team, a little chip on Boogie's shoulder.
That's a bigger chip, so I think that'd be a great battle between them two.
Yeah, it'd be good. All right, I'm looking forward to that. I will help in any way I can to get that going. Good luck in your first All-Star game. Good luck rest of the season. And got my eye on the Wizards.
Appreciate it.
You guys got a little fire, a little feisty. Could be interesting in the playoffs. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back in New Orleans with more All-Stars coming up.
Click subscribe. You look hot today. Please stay with me. I'm so lonely.